So this new golf student, Tan Yen. So this is her very first lesson. Here's her before swings and here's some of her after swings. Now without getting into it too much, you can kind of see she had trouble coming over the top and chopping down on the ball. So she had trouble hitting the ground before the ball. And you can see she has this, if you know what to look for, you can see that her hands, the path of her hands on the way down is outside the path of her hands on the way back. So she's swinging the club in, and then her hands come over the top, and she's throwing the club at the golf ball in an effort to try to close the club face. And you can see it's not working because this club face is still pointed up to the sky. It's not closing. And when the club face doesn't close through impact, then you can't accelerate your hands through impact. Otherwise, the club face just stays open even more, and you miss the golf ball out to the right even more. So the first thing we did is we got her a much better grip. So you can see if we compare these two grips, so you can see her left hand is on top, her right hand's underneath. Her old grip was very weak. Makes it very tough to accelerate your hands through impact with a weak grip. But even more so than that, here was her old swing, and she had this long back swing. And the reason her swing was so long is because she was closing the club face by pushing with the right hand. So she got into this right hand into flexion, her left wrist was going into extension, and the club head was passing the hands, and that's why she was hitting the ground before the ball so often, because she'd get into this rear shaft lean and the club head would be traveling up. So she's got a few problems here. When you close the club face by pushing with the right hand, this club head passes the hands, it starts traveling up, so the golfer either hits the ground before the ball or they swing up over the top of the ball and hit the ball thin. Also, when this right hand goes into flexion and this left wrist basically breaks down, the golfer adds loft to this club face and they end up turning a 7-iron into a 9-iron. That's the second horrible thing that happens when the golfer closes the club face by pushing with the right hand. The last thing is the hands actually have to slow down for the club head to catch up if the golfer is going to close the club face by pushing with the right hand. So we don't want to be pushing with the right hand. We actually want to be closing the club face correctly. So without getting too much into it, here's her new swing. We get her to the top and in a good position here at the top. Now we can get her the correct transition from backswing to downswing. And when we do that, now the impact position is much better. So now you can compare hands ahead of the ball at impact, forward shaft lean versus rear shaft lean. Now she can accelerate her hands through impact, and now she can close the club face. So there she is moving through impact, and here is her old technique moving through impact, and here she is old past impact, and here she is new past impact. So much better. Here you can see the extension without getting too much into it. Here the arms are pulling up into the body. Here they're extending towards the target. And without it too much making this video too long, there's some reasons what makes it possible for the golfer to accelerate the hands towards the target instead of slowing the hands down. So you see this impact position, her hands are over her left thigh. Here, this impact position, she's right over her zipper. Her hands are slowing down here. They're accelerating here. So here she is just past impact. Here she is just past impact here. And you can see the hands are accelerating and getting this club face to close through impact. Huge improvement from before to after. Great work.